Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive, fundamental shift in how we actually build software and automations. We're talking about leaving behind those slow, tedious days of traditional workflow builders, right? And instead, stepping into this wild new era where you can spin up full, parallel AI systems in literally the time it takes to brew a cup of coffee. The absolute game changer here? Google's anti-gravity. So we're going to break down exactly how you can use this platform to build a complete agentic operating system. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Think about it. Only months ago, workflow builders were just everywhere. You had to sit there and construct scenarios node by painful node. It was exhausting. But with the dawn of anti-gravity, we're basically looking at the death of all that manual gluing. You're no longer stuck with this one agent bottleneck. Now, you just declare what you want built, and the system goes ahead, parallelizes the work, and brings the whole shebang to life.
To really wrap our heads around this shift, we just need to contrast the old with the new. Remember traditional workflow builders? You had to manually route every single edge case. Total nightmare, right? Just a massive single-agent bottleneck. On the flip side, look at the new reality of agentic systems. We're talking natural language prompts. You can have 5, 6, even 7 autonomous agents working on entirely independent tasks all at the same time. And honestly, the coolest part? They feature self-healing automations. They literally fix their own errors on the fly. Building software has fundamentally, irrevocably changed.
So here is our roadmap for the Explainer today. We're going to kick things off with the agentic system revolution. Then we'll look at connecting everything with MCPs. After that, we dive into the BLAST building framework, followed by how we enforce deterministic business logic, and we'll wrap it all up with triggering and deployment.
All right, Section 1, the Agentic System Revolution, or as I like to call it, the 500 IQ Copilot.
You really have to think of anti-gravity as way more than just a builder. It's this incredibly smart copilot that learns literally everything about your business, your personal preferences, your productivity habits. It's like having a 500 IQ AI sitting right there working alongside you. You can chat with it, brainstorm, delegate tasks, you name it. But, having a hyper-intelligent system actually introduces a very specific kind of structural problem if we aren't super careful about how we set it up. Which brings us to a pretty crucial question. What good is a brilliant intern if they're locked in a room without internet or any instructions? They might be an absolute genius, but they're just going to sit there staring at a blank wall. If your 500 IQ AI can't touch your real-world apps, read your databases, or really understand your core business goals, it's essentially useless. It has all the brainpower in the world, sure, but absolutely zero ability to execute.
Moving on to Section 2, connecting everything with MCPs, aka the Universal Remote.
Now, what's really interesting here is how we actually solve that locked room problem. We use MCPs, which stands for Model Context Protocol. Think of this as the ultimate universal remote control for your AI. It's that essential bridge that lets the AI reach out, touch, and feel the outside world. So instead of being stuck in that locked room, MCPs hand your AI the keys to your entire software ecosystem. It empowers the model to autonomously read external data, write directly to your databases, and actually execute real-world actions.
Seriously, just look at the seamless integrations made possible by this. Anti-gravity natively connects to everyday tools like Notion databases, Firefly's AI transcripts, Superbase backends, Vercel hosting, GitHub repositories, the list goes on. Our sources walk through this amazing example where the AI uses the Firefly's MCP to automatically pull a meeting transcript, understands the entire context, extracts the action items, and then uses the Notion MCP to drop those actions straight into your Notion database, autonomously. No human intervention. To put that into perspective, it takes hours of tedious admin work and turns it into a 10-second background task. It's a total game changer.
Okay, Section 3, the BLAST building framework, from idea to execution.
So, giving a brilliant agent access to your tools is fantastic, but giving it bad instructions, well, that still leads to bad outputs. That's exactly why we need BLAST. BLAST is a 5-step system designed to guide your AI pilot incredibly reliably, going from idea to execution without hallucinating or making those costly mistakes. It stands for Blueprint, Links, Architect, Stylize, and Trigger. It is literally your ultimate foolproof framework for building full-stack apps.
Let's break that down. The first 2 steps really set the foundation. In the blueprint phase, you're defining your North Star in plain English. Like, what is the exact desired outcome here? Where does the primary data live? Then you move into the links phase.
where the AI tests all those MCP API connections we were just raving about. It establishes this virtual handshake to prove, hey, I can actually communicate with Fireflies, Notion, or your database before it even attempts to write a single line of code. That brings us to Section 4, Enforcing Deterministic Business Logic. Welcome to the architecture phase.
So the crucial point is, once the AI actually knows what to build and has the tools to do it, we hit what is arguably the biggest hurdle in AI software development. Large language models are, by nature, probabilistic. They are highly creative next-word prediction engines, meaning if you ask them the exact same question 100 times, you're probably going to get 100 different answers. It's kind of like asking a toddler to draw a dog. You'll get a wildly different abstract shape every single time. But business logic? That has to be deterministic. When a client fills out a form, you need the exact same rigid, reliable outcome 100 times out of 100. You absolutely cannot have your app falling apart like a $2 suitcase just because the AI decided to get a little creative today.
To force this reliability, anti-gravity uses a very strict 3-layer architecture. First up, the architecture layer. This acts as your technical standard operating procedures, written out in Markdown. It defines all the hard rules and the weird edge cases. Second is navigation, which handles your decision routing. Here, we basically tell the AI, hey, don't think too much, just call these execution tools in this exact order. And third, the tools layer. This consists of atomic, highly deterministic Python scripts. And here's the golden rule: if the logic ever changes, you update the SOP first, never the code. Why should you care about all this? Because this strict separation is the magic bullet that prevents your app from hallucinating and breaking when real, actual users interact with it.
Right, so after locking down that flawless functionality, we hit the S in BLAST, stylize. This is where the magic happens visually. We wrap our rigid, bulletproof backend in a beautiful, super user-friendly frontend. You can use this mind-blowing technique called UI sniping. You basically grab high-quality, open-source design components from libraries all across the web and have the AI seamlessly integrate them into your app. It ends up looking like a premium 5-figure design agency built it. No joke.
Which leads us to our final stop, Section 5, Triggering and Deployment. Getting this thing running while you sleep.
Because think about it. Right now, this beautiful, fully functional system is just sitting locally on your laptop doing nothing. The ultimate question is, how do you make this massive system run while you're asleep? How do we take this from you manually clicking a button on your keyboard to a fully automated background operation that triggers without any human input whatsoever?
Well, the answer lies in specialized deployment tools. For example, you can use Modal to automatically run your code on specific intervals. Say you want it checking your calendar and generating a fresh agenda every 3 hours, entirely in the background. Easy. Then you've got Vercel for live website hosting, which immediately pushes your stunning front-end live to the web. And of course, GitHub for syncing all your private code repositories. Best part? The AI actually configures and connects all of these for you.
And this brilliantly illustrates the absolute new reality of software development as we push further into this decade. Honestly, what used to require a dedicated front-end developer, a back-end developer, and a DevOps engineer, that whole team can now be architected, stylized, and deployed by a single, focused person acting as the system pilot. It's truly amazing scale.
Which leaves us with this final, really powerful thought to chew on. You no longer build workflows. You build full AI systems. The tools to create these autonomous, agent-driven operations are literally sitting right at your fingertips right now with anti-gravity and the BLAST framework. So the only question left for you is, what massive system are you going to build first? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope this sparks some incredible ideas for your next big project. Catch you next time.